Hey guys, all the products you see in this video can be found in the description down below. Today we have the Garrett Ace 200 metal detector. I'll tell you my favorite thing about this in just a second. And I'm also going to take you out into the real world and show you how to use this. Now guys, one thing I really appreciate about this metal detector is the price. And it's one of those things where it's hard to find a good metal detector in this price range that you know is going to be reliable and that you know is actually going to work. And guys, the thing I love about this is that it's Garrett, and Garrett makes some of the best metal detectors out there in the entire world. There's some super high-end ones that they make. So I just trust this brand on the rest of the stuff that they make because of how well their other stuff works. And I wasn't wrong. This thing works excellently. What you're getting with this, which is an entry-level basic metal detector, but at least you know that it's gonna work. And that's awesome. The armrest is adjustable. The user control is super simple, guys. And that's one of my favorite things about this one is the user controls. Now, a lot of metal detectors, there's so many buttons, there's so many different options, there's so many different things in there. You push power on and you're like, I am not an engineer, I'm not a scientist, what does this mean? This one, you're not gonna have that problem. It's super simple. Let me show you. So guys, real quick, I'm just gonna power this on. You say power. And this is the cool thing about this, guys. Super simple. This little graph right here is sensitivity. You can change it from level 1 all the way up to level 4. Over here, we have 3 different modes. Jewelry basically is going to filter out everything except for jewelry. So if it thinks it's jewelry, it's going to detect jewelry. If it doesn't think it's jewelry, it's not going to even detect anything. Okay, and right there, it's going to show you. It's going to detect from this level all the way up to level 80. Okay, and that's the digital target ID. And basically what that is lower end things are going to be kind of lower on the spectrum, like iron, nickel, pull tabs. Higher worth things such as gold, silver, coins are going to be up here on the higher spectrum, 60 to 80 or whatnot. Okay, so back to the modes. Coins is going to it's going to eliminate pull tabs. It's going to do nickel, rings, coins, just that different range. And like I said, guys, it's not going to only find those things. That's just a basic indicator of what things in that range could be. You can find definitely other things. That's why in jewelry, you can see that the pull tab is still there on jewelry. Okay, if that makes sense. The pull tab section is there even on jewelry. It doesn't mean it's a pull tab. It just means that it could be a pull tab. Okay, let's go to zero disk. Zero disk is not going to filter out anything. It's going to show you every single thing that you can find. Another thing on the menu, guys, is this little section over here. It tells you how deep something is found, whether it's 2 inches, 4 inches, or 6+ inches deep. See, guys, and that's basically how simple this is. Basically, like I just said, zero disk is going to show you everything. Jewelry is going to try to filter out jewelry. Coins is only going to try to filter out coins. This digital target ID is pretty cool. You can go online and you can see every single digital ID. But when you see a certain number, you're going to have a better idea of what it is and what it could not be. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Not a lot of detectors at this price range have that. And if they do, not a lot of them work as great as this one does. Another thing that I really like about this, it has 3 different tones. It has a lower tone, a mid tone, and then a high tone. Let me show you the tones really quick. On my lights over here, I have strapped a quarter. Okay, and that's going to be around 83, and it registers as a coin. And then just down here on the floor, I probably have some like wiring or something, or iron. That noise right there, guys, is registering iron or something, iron level in the floor. That's around 11, 13. So as you can see, you not only can see the difference on here, but you can hear the different sounds as well. It also has a really nice headphone jack right here that you can put a 1/4 plug in there and use the headphones if you don't want to be outside beeping everybody. Let's go outside and actually show this working in the real world. So I took the detector out to this beach. It is a really popular beach during the summertime, so not many people there right now, but I looked around and as you can see on the screen, it's showing different numbers. It's beeping, showing different indications, whether it's, a higher number, lower number. On the top bar, it's showing the indicators, whether it's a P tab, whether it's a nickel, whether it's something else. In this one spot, I saw something that could look like it was a piece of jewelry, like a ring. You see it kind of bump there around like 73 to 80-ish. And I decided to pull out this scoop. The scoop is actually super helpful, guys. It is a sand scoop and it's super useful for sifting through sand. You just fill it up and then sift through it. I highly recommend getting one of these if you're out a lot in the beach, but you sift through it, pour it out and see what you got. And today we found this jakey lure It's a really popular lure around here. Guys, it's super fun to get out there in nature and just experience some cool stuff. 'Cause my favorite thing about this has to be the fact of how simple and easy it is to use at the price that you get it at, and the fact that it has that digital target ID, guys. That digital target ID, if this thing had been around like 5, 10 years ago, and that with that digital target ID, this thing would be a lot more expensive than it currently is. This thing is incredible at the price that it is, especially since the other ones that are this price, you go out there and you're gonna beep, 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 and you're gonna dig, 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 and there's not gonna be anything there half the time. This one, it's made by Garrett. It's a very trusted brand, guys. They make some of the best metal detectors in the world. If this thing says there's something there, there's actually something there. And that's just so fun. It's fun to go out there, go to the beach, go on some old trails, go to some ghost towns, look for some really cool stuff, and find some really cool stuff. That's my favorite experience with this thing. It just allows you to do that at an entry-level price. And guys, the thing about this is like, honestly, like some of these more expensive ones, what you're really paying for those more expensive ones is, yeah, you might get a couple more inches of range on how far it can detect, maybe just maybe a couple inches. Nothing super crazy as far as that goes. What you're really paying for is more of an in-depth, fancy readout and the different menus, the different filters, a bunch of other stuff that you get here. But as far as the meat and potatoes of actually having the detector and being able to search and detect things, this thing is going to do almost as good of a job. It's incredible at the price that it is, actually. And that's one of my favorite things on this, is just the fact that you have that digital ID, and the fact that you can kind of go out there with your friends that have the more expensive ones, and you can compare. You're going to find the same things that they're finding. Their menu might say exactly what it is sometimes, while yours is just going to say rings, right? Or it's going to say a certain range of something. If you have a chart with a digital target ID, that's actually pretty accurate, and you might be able to compare exactly the same as what your friend's more expensive model says. But in the end, you're going to have just as much fun finding stuff as they do. They have some more comfort features, is what I would call them, while you still have all the meat and potatoes that really encompass what a metal detector is for. And it's just so much fun, guys. I really, really, really have had a ton of fun with this thing. I highly recommend this product. Thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. I appreciate it a ton. Have a good day, guys.